Generations ago, pioneers ventured into the rugged, yet breathtaking landscapes of Utah, determined to forge a life amidst nature's challenges. They faced numerous obstacles but relied on collaboration and a profound respect for the land to create thriving communities. The indigenous peoples who inhabited these lands before us knew the importance of maintaining a delicate balance between utilizing resources for survival and safeguarding them for future generations. This principle of stewardship has shaped the character of Utahns throughout the years. Sadly, this code of stewardship is at risk due to a recent federal regulation that adopts a look but don't touch mindset, which has marginalized outdoor enthusiasts. It has become evident that managing Utah's public lands from Washington, D.C. is not the solution. In response, Utah is asserting its right to oversee our lands. We believe in local stewardship, which is reflected in our proven track record of responsibly managing state lands for the benefit of all Utahns and future generations. The recently updated Public Lands Rule has dramatically redefined conservation. This shift deviates significantly from the Federal Land Policy and Management Act of 1976, that is, FLPMA, and was enacted without congressional approval. It now designates conservation as a specific use, enabling special interest groups to restrict access to public lands across Utah. The federal government claims that this new rule will protect public lands, but in reality, it limits the ability of local Bureau of Land Management, that is BLM, employees and their state and local partners, to effectively enhance and restore Utah's landscapes and watersheds. This new regulation threatens to close off access to beloved sites and hinder traditional activities such as camping, hiking, biking, fishing, and off-highway vehicle recreation. While many may see me as a conservative, I am also a conservationist. The two identities can coexist harmoniously. Unfortunately, activist organizations have distorted the essence of true conservation. They promote restrictive regulations that misinterpret the terms preserving and protecting, ultimately aiming to limit access to our lands. Real conservation is about being wise stewards of the land, actively working to enhance it rather than keeping it closed off from public enjoyment. The federal government used to approach land management more sensibly, as evidenced by the FLPMA, which required careful management of land to balance various uses, such as livestock grazing, recreation, and natural resource extraction. However, we have strayed from this balance, and it is time to return. My connection to Utah's lands runs deep. Ranching, hunting, fishing, and farming are integral parts of my identity. This heritage has instilled in me a profound respect for the land and a strong commitment to managing our resources wisely. The weight of ensuring responsible stewardship and preserving our natural heritage for future generations weighs heavily on my shoulders, just as it did for those who came before us. Currently, the burden of managing these vast lands falls heavily on state and local governments, an already daunting task that has been made even more challenging by new, restrictive regulations. In times of crisis like wildfires or flooding, our ability to act swiftly is hampered by bureaucratic red tape, forcing us to seek federal permission before deploying vital resources. The federal government's shortcomings in managing these challenges only underscore the argument that Utah can do better. Utah has even taken legal action, asking the U.S. Supreme Court to clarify whether the federal government can indefinitely hold unappropriated lands within a state. With 2/3 of Utah's landscape under federal control, it is essential that we push back against an overreaching government that claims to know what's best for our land from afar. True conservation involves protecting our natural resources, while also allowing for sustainable use. We have shown that our public lands can remain accessible and productive for everyone. Those advocating for strict restrictions likely have not experienced the beauty of Utah's wilderness firsthand. It's time for a new approach, one that fosters collaboration and respects the principle of multiple land uses. Utah can and will implement policies that not only benefit the environment, but also honor our tradition of spending time in and caring for our cherished public lands. Together, we can ensure that future generations inherit a landscape that is both preserved and accessible. Stay subscribed for more videos.